contracting deal with license. You all can see me? Okay. Good morning, good morning. I am so sorry I'm running a little bit late, a little bit behind time. But my name is Angela Brewer. I'm with the Small Business Administration, SBA. Today's class is going to be on how to expand your business through federal contracting. I've been with SBA. Can you all see the screen? Do I need to dim the lights? Everybody can see pretty decent. I've been with SBA now 2 years. This past April made 2 years. I'm retired from the military after serving 23 years. So I'm just giving you a little background about myself, because I'm gonna go around the room and ask for a little background about yourself, so I can know how to tailor my class. I don't want to do dummy terms. I'm sorry, but I want to be able to talk to you all on the level that you all are at. So that's why I'm giving you a little background about myself. So when you give me background about yourself, when I go over my presentation, I know how to do my presentation. So let's get started. Ma'am, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Do you have a business, or are you trying to expand your business? The purpose for you to be in this class today?
Yes, actually I am currently starting up a new business that relates to government contracting, and so that's why I find myself in this class. I have over 16 years in public service, so my business is tailored to public service.
Okay.
And so I've decided to join the SBA and take advantage of all of the great opportunities and free seminars and classes that they offer to help you to expand on your business.
Thank
and
you.
be successful.
You do a lot.
Yes, I do. Y'all welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, I'm here.
You all want to go next? Or you want to go next?
Yes, my name is William Gator, and I'm a massage therapist, and so far as what you have to offer.
Do you mind speaking up a little bit so everybody can hear you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so far as what you have to offer, that's what I'm here to learn from, and maybe see if grants are involved in your presentation or not, as that's what I'm doing.
Ma'am?
She's right.
Okay. Sir?
My name is Stephen Phillips. Looking to start a business here in a couple of years, so kind of doing research and trying to learn as much as I can.
Gotcha. Sir?
Timothy Colcraft. I met you. Freight transportation arrangement for federal and state. Moving freight, moving items around the country, around the world. I have also done logistics, transportation.
Do you move household?
No. No household. There's two different identities in transportation. A lot of people don't know that. They think they can just go in the house and move money. You just can't do that. In my business. Certified freight, hazardous material, you name it. You go to Walmart, Lowe's, it'll move your office, chairs, stuff like this we can move. But household, we move items like this here, whether it's box, office items, put it on the dry van. If you need watermelons, you got some refrigerated trailers. You move freight.
The reason why I asked you to move household, because you know, when dealing with federal and military bases, transporting household goods, because like I said, I was military, so we go on station to station, they contract with moving companies, trucking companies to move household goods. That's why I asked, because that's a niche in the federal system, transporting household goods.
Right. Yeah, the household is a different division of transportation.
No problem, I was just asking, trying to see, when you say transport, I want to know, exactly what type of transport you're doing. Nice of you to be here. You, sir?
My name is Antonio Sojourner. I guess I recently just started a business. Pretty much just trying to figure out how to grab my first contract. I guess I'm part of FBO Wells. I have my Bradford Street done.
Done in Grand Street? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out how to grab my first kind of federal contract.
Nothing wrong with that. You, sir?
I'm Jim Troyer. I've been in business for a little while. I'm retired military, and I figured the services I can provide the federal government would benefit from. So I help a boss or a business owner get their people to get along. So When they do that, then the
You
business.
said get a loan or
Get a loan.
Get a loan, okay.
Cooperate and.
Gotcha.
Functional conflict, that type of
Gotcha.
thing.
You, ma'am?
I'm Cynthia, and I'm here to learn all that I can about working with the federal government.
Okay.
Me and my sister, my name is Carolyn, I work for Verizon, been there about 15 years. So we're just kind of thinking about opening our own business, trying to get some ideas as to what we'd like to do.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with trying to think about ideas because you have to think about it before you start.
Yeah.
Okay. Steps to obtain a federal contract. Do you provide goods and services that the federal government is going to buy or want to buy? That's what you have to ask yourself when you're doing federal contracting. What I'm selling, do the federal government buy? Determine your NAICS code. The North American Industry Classification Code, or the NAICS code, is a 6-digit classification code. I don't have internet on my computer, so I can't go to it. And I left my notepad in because I got a booth inside in there. I'm going to give you all my card so you can email me. Email me. I will send you these slide presentation. I will send you the NAICS code. It's a PDF file, NAICS code, all the NAICS code. I will send you the federal agency contact list so you can reach out to the federal agency so you can set up an appointment to go market yourself. I always say pitch yourself, but market yourself. Because when you're dealing with federal government, no one is going to come knock on your door. Hey, I got this $1 million contract. Why don't you come on in? No, you have to knock on their door and pitch yourself like going to a job interview. Then you have to must obtain a Duns and Bradstreet number. Free. The reason why I have to state free is because once you go into Duns and Bradstreet, you're going to get a phone call or you're going to get an email saying, hey, I've been assigned as your caseworker or your counselor. No. Those people charge you between $150 to $1,000 per month. So no. Tell them no, thank you, but no thank you. You can do it on your own. Then in order to do federal contracting, you must be registered in SAM, System for Award Management. You don't have to be part of any of the 4 preferential programs that I'm going to talk about that SBA manages, but you must be registered in SAM, System for Award Management, in order to do federal contracting with any federal agency. And then when you're going through SAMs, you must send your information to DSBS. That's the SBA website. Any questions so far? This is the quick guide step to SAM. I'm going to also send you this. On the left-hand side, and I don't know why it's not clear. On the left-hand side, it tells you what you need to be registered in SAM. You need a DUNS ID number, you need your tax ID number, and you're going to need a business bank account. Because the federal government frowns upon you when you intermingle business in your personal bank account. So, you got a question?
That business, because when I started with Sam's, I put my personal account in there.
See, the reason why the federal government frowns on that, when you start invoicing, when you start working with the federal government and you start invoicing, they want to see your information.
I went through the notarized letter and all of that, trying to, same bank, but I opened up a business bank account.
So, but when you first started in SAM, you had your personal bank account. Go back in SAM and put your business bank account in there. Because when you start dealing with federal government, going to the federal system, and you start interchanging, so just in case you want to get into one of the preferential programs like the 8A program, you're going to have to give your tax information. You're going to have to give your banking information. You're going to have to give your financials. And when they see that you're intermingling money, yeah, that tends to be a problem. And then on the right-hand side are the steps to get started. You don't have to write any of this down. I'm going to email all this to you. You can ask me all the questions, and I'm going to email you all this because there's a lot of information, so you don't have to write it down unless you just want to take some notes that you want to ask me. But on the right-hand side, like I said, even with SAM, when you go into SAM and you start registering, because first thing you do is get a login and password. Then you must do an MPN number, like a PIN number. I think it's a 4 to 6 digit PIN number. Once you get through that, you're going to start again getting these same phone calls, those same emails. Disregard. Just tell when they start calling you, thank you, but no thank you, because that's like $1,000, $1,500 to do that right there. And they start charging you every month, then they start making you promises. They'll promise you they can assist you with getting federal contracting. No one can get you a federal contract unless you're a contracting officer, and that's the person who works for the federal government. These people, because I know the same class I'm giving you all right now, free, you didn't have to pay me nothing to do this class. I do it all over the state of South Carolina. I think it was February. Someone did it at the Embassy Suite, charged between $5.99 and $6.99 to do my same presentation. They promise you they can get you in SAM. They promise you they can get you a DUNS number. They promise you they can get you federal contracting. I can promise you the same thing, but when you go out there and try to get a contract, I can't make the contracting officer do nothing they don't want to do. They always do lowest price, technically acceptable. That's what they look at when they do federal contracting. So these people who promise you the world and can give you a city, those are the people you need to be leery of. No one can give you a contract but the contracting officer. So if someone promises you that they can do this for $100, $500, by the time you finish gathering all of this, because SAM is not something that you can do just in about 30 minutes. It takes about 2 to 3 hours, depending on how computer savvy and if you have your information in order to do SAM. So SAM is a system that that takes a little while to get done, and while you're doing that, someone's gonna keep calling you, gonna keep bugging you. Like I do, just block the number. I get calls all the time, just block the number. But SAM, this is a system for award man that you must be registered in order to do federal contracting. These are some tips that we came across because myself and my colleagues, we work. If you have any questions, any issue in SAM, when you register in SAM, you can always call us. We have what is called the Small Business Development Center, SBDC. They're located around the state of South Carolina with every major university. We have one here on Laurel Street across from, I think it's called the transit station or something like that. There's one in Winthrop, there's one in Coastal, there's one in Clemson, there's one in Greenville, there's one with the College of Charlotte. So every university around here, around the state of South Carolina, or around the country, because they're all in every state, has an SBDC that can assist you with the same information for free. I was in Myrtle Beach in March, and the lady kept asking me, she asked me a question. She said, Miss Angela, why you keep saying for free? Why are you trying to not let these people make money? Because every time you pay your taxes, you're paying for the service already. That's why I say call me. Call the SBDC. Why you want to pay somebody $1,500, then you got to sit there, you got to go through all your paperwork, then you got to send it to them, then you got to answer their questions. By the time you finish doing that, you could have done it yourself. That's why I say when they call you, thank you, but no, well, I can't tell you how to spend your money. So if you want to spend the money to give it to them, because it's a bit everybody trying to make a dollar, and I can't fault them for that. But you can call me, you already paid me. I'm a federal employee, so you pay your federal taxes, you've already paid my salary, so just call me and I can answer the same question they can answer. Have a bank account, because when you're dealing with the federal government, everything is either EFT or ACH. They do it, it depends on if it's $10,000 or less, they can swipe the government what's called a debit card, or if it's anything 10,000 or more, they have to do a automatic, what's called not a draft, but put the money into your account. So that's why you have to have a business bank account. They don't want to put it into your personal account because you're not doing personal, you're doing business. When you have to have at least one NAICS code. You can have 101 NAICS code because a lot of people say, well, I do this, I do. You can have all those NAICS code, but you at least must have one in order to register in SAM. When you get to SAM, it's going to be I think it's like the second page, the second when you continue, it's going to ask you, do you have a cage code? Don't fret. If you select no, they will assign you a cage code and keep it moving. During the registration process, like I stated earlier, you're going to do a PIN. You're going to do an MPIN. You need that MPIN because now we have a new system called certified.sba.gov that you have to go in there and upload some documents. And you're going to need that MPIN to get into certified. So make sure you write that down and keep it hidden. Not from yourself, because we can't retrieve it. Must update SAM annually. Someone told me, they called me, or when I was in class last week in Charleston, I think I registered in SAM. That's not a problem. If you call me, want to see if I started Reg and Sam, but it don't show now. If you don't update, you don't have to change nothing in the system. You just have to click through the same pages again. You must update every year, because when the federal agency or the federal contracting officer decides if you apply for a solicitation and they decide they want to award it to you, they're going to check DSBS first to make sure that you're in SAM. And if you're not updated in SAM, they're going to go on to the next person. You lost out on $1 million contract because you didn't take the time to have your administrative assistant or your wife or your office manager go through and just click through the SAM site once a year. Don't forget to register up the DSBS. Don't forget to update DSBS. When you make any changes, right there at the bottom right hand corner, it says register and update your SBA profile. This is the last page of SAM. If you hit down here where it says save and continue, if you hit this instead of hitting this, you're not updating your DSBS profile. That means when you call me, I can't see you. Or when the contract officer is trying to award you that contract, they can't see you. So make sure you hit register and update your SBA profile before you save and continue. And when you do that, register your register SBA profile, that allows you to put any past performances in the system. You, sir, if I came to you and say, sir, I can do this for you, you like, have you done it before? You don't see no recollection, you don't see no record of me doing it before. Are you gonna award me a $5 million contract? Exactly. So if you don't put no past performances in there to let them know that you can do this, that you have done this, they're not gonna award you these $1 million contracts. So make sure you update your past performances, because when you're going after these $1 million contracts, they want to know that you can actually do the work that you say you're going to do, because they're going to check your references. Just like on a job, you sure can.
A question about that, because I have not done any federal contract.
You don't have to have done federal. You could have just done private.
Private, that's what I was going to ask
Yes.
you. I can put that
If you've never done federal contract, you can't put federal contract in there. You just put your private. Like I tell people, if you have worked for a company and you started a business doing the same thing that you did in the put that as past performance. Hopefully you and your boss left on good terms, because you can put him down as a reference that he did this job, he did it to the best of his ability. I never had any problem out of him. Yes, he's done this, because you want to see. I mean, I'm not going to award no $150,000, $500 contract, and I don't know you can do the work.
That is nice to know, because I was wondering about that. I'm thinking I can only put the federal when I do it.
No, put any private civilian side that you've done. They just want to make sure. They just want to know that you at least have experience in that area. That you say you can do before they write you that $1 million check.
Okay, that's.
Now we get down to the 4 preferential programs that the SBA manages. We have the Service-Disabled Veteran Program. In order to be classified, when you're going through SAMs, there's going to be a page to ask you, are you a veteran, are you a service-disabled veteran, are you a woman, are you this, or you that. If you select service-disabled veteran, it's just a self-certified. You don't have to do anything else after that. But I stated earlier that I'm military, and the gentleman back there stated he's military. You say you're military too? Okay, so we're going after the same contract. You military too? Or you got a question? Oh, spouse for military. Okay, so we're going after the same contract. I don't believe you military. You don't look like you've been in the military. I can protest that award. Well, service-disabled veteran. I can protest that award. They stop the contract. They will not issue that a contract once a protest come about. They will not issue that contract. You then have to prove that you're a service-disabled veteran. By proving you're a service-disabled veteran, only thing you have to do, just so happen I have my paperwork in my hand because I had to get ready. I was doing something with it yesterday. This letter from the VA that say that you are a service-disabled veteran with 100%, with a 0% to 100% rating. It don't have to be 100. It can be a 0% because 0 is a percentage. That means you can go higher. But if you don't have this letter in your hand or a letter similar to this for when you got your disability, that means you will not get awarded that contract. So if anyone protests, that's the only thing you need. You must have a service-connected disability, and you must have a NAICS code, a small business size standard. When you see small business size standards, that's just NAICS code. Because the president ran his campaign on small business, and he always talked about small business. I'm going to talk about construction. Construction company 236220, they're small, in order to remain small for 3 years, because we get a cumulative average of 3 years, must be below $36.5 million in order to be considered small. Everybody don't have that large dollar, because the one I was looking at yesterday, I think it was quality management or something like that. It was $15 million. For IT, I think it's 38.5 or 36.5. But it's not just annually, it's over a 3 year period of time. So over the 3 years, if you made 36.5 1 year and made nothing the rest of the year, they're gonna divide that 36.5 by 3, and you still gonna be considered small because you didn't make nothing the other 2 years. So that's how the federal government look at it. And when they say, okay, self-certification and SAM. So for a service-disabled veteran, that's all you need. Any questions on that?
You said you're gonna send us a slide.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna give you my business card because I left my notebook in the exhibit room with my sign-in sheet in it. So I'm gonna give you my business card so you can say, hey, Angela, send me the information. And I don't have everybody's email address. So normally I get everybody's email address and I send you out the presentation, the SAM update, the Woman on Small Business NAICS code, because the Woman on Small Business have a separate NAICS code than the whole NAICS code. They take some of the NAICS code out of the big 40 package and condense it down to, I think it's 20 pages. And then for the economic disadvantaged woman on small business, they condense that down to 12 pages. So not every NAICS code is for the woman on or the economic disadvantaged woman on. And speaking of that, okay, the VA have a separate program than the SBA. They're trying to make it all one, but right now the VA still have a separate program. You go through vetsuccess.gov or Google Vet Success, and this is a program you must register for in order to do work with the VA, because the VA hospital, all the VA hospital, they 98% of the time only work with veterans. So if you're not certified in their system, you cannot get any work with the VA. So that's what the Veteran First program is. You must certify and verify through the VA. It only applies to VA. You don't have to be a service-disabled veteran. You just must be a veteran. They provide sole source authority. That means if you're in the program, in the VA program, you can go in and negotiate with a contracting officer, and they don't have to publish that contract. It's just between you and the contracting officer. Permits for strictly competition are set aside to, the VA program is only, like I stated earlier, is only for veterans or service-disabled veterans. The thing is, service-disabled veteran is an SBA program, it's self-certified. The VOSB is a VA program, you must certify. And you can do it because your husband is a veteran. Woman on small business, WOSB as we call it. The female in the company, husband and wife team, the female must own 51% in the company. I know a lady asked me last week when I was in, where was I? I think I was in Walterburg early this week. 33, 33, and 34. That don't work. You have to be 51% owned in the company. You must have control of that company. That means if I come out to your company and you have a construction company, like me, I don't know if it was a jackhammer or a pitchfork and all that kind of stuff. If I start asking you questions, I don't want to hear from your husband because he's the project manager. No. I want to hear from that young lady who's in control of that company, because you must be able to tell me about your company. People call me out, well, my husband, I don't want to hear what your husband got to say. This is your company. I want to make sure, because when you sign contracts with the federal government and you go in there, they don't want to hear from your husband either, because you have 51% owning that company. Because when something goes down, they're not going to go after your husband. They're going to go after the one who has 51% ownership in that company. Economic disadvantaged woman on small business. That means you can sign up for a woman on small business, but economic disadvantaged woman on small business, your personal net worth must be less than $750,000, and your adjusted gross income, because they're going to ask for your taxes, must be under $350,000. So I don't know about you all, but I meet that standard for both of them. And all your assets, when they start adding up your personal, your business, your equipment, and all that, it must be under $6 million. So that's what in order to be a woman on small business, and an economic disadvantaged woman on small business. And like I stated earlier, when I send you these slides, you can click on the blue hyperlink, and it'll take you to all these different like the woman-owned and economic disadvantaged woman-owned small business, they have it's the same NAICS code as the regular NAICS code, but only specific or particular NAICS code fall under those programs. So that's why they had to set them aside. They pulled them out of the book.
I'm asking if she's seeing that.
Okay.
She gonna email us. She,
Hub zone, historically underutilized business zone. This, what's my pie chart in there? No.
51%.
We have a pie chart, and I don't know, I must have taken it out accidentally because I've been messing with my slides. The federal government, I forgot to pitch this at the beginning of my presentation. The federal government do between 100 to 500 billion dollars a year. Our year starts October the 1st, ends September the 30th. We do that much a year in federal contracting. 5% must go to 8A, 5% goes to woman-owned, 3% goes to Hub Zone, and 3% goes to Service Able Veteran. Hub Zone is the only program that never meets that 3%. So 3% of that $500 billion, and that's just not South Carolina, that's every state must do 3%. So you can do outside the state, if you're willing or you have the resources to travel outside the state. Every state must do 3%, and we never meet that goal. The reason why we never meet that goal is because 35% of your employees must also reside in a Hub Zone. So it's fun because I was in Myrtle Beach, same class. Well, if I'm going to be in a Hub Zone and I don't meet 35%, because like I tell you, when a person starts to do better, they do better. So a Hub Zone is for historically underutilized business. So that means that's an area that's low income, low jobless rate, poverty rate. So when you start doing better with yourself, you start making money, you want to improve yourself, so you move out of that area. Well, can I fire them? Why don't you fire somebody because they're doing better for themselves and they mess up the 35%? No. What I encourage you to do, I cannot make you do it. Go back to that same neighborhood. If you have an office building, hire somebody from that neighborhood to come in twice a week, 3 times a week at night, take out the trash, clean the office. It could be a part-time employee. It can be a full-time employee. But why would you fire this person because they decide they want to better themselves? That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
In transportation, there's a lot of drivers that have been 25, 30 plus years. They are living in the same area that I am in a Hub Zone. Hiring them out of retirement, is that
It's up to them.
to work?
Mm-hmm. But with the federal government, if you're getting Social Security disability, I think there's a dollar threshold that you cannot go over every year in order to remain or continue getting your compensation. So if you hire someone who has retired or who is at retirement age and they're getting what's called a Social Security, or I think that's what it's called, SSA.
Well, in my case, yeah. SSA.
There's a certain percentage that you can still make every year and still receive your benefits. I don't know the dollar amount. You can call Social Security. You can find 15,000. Okay.
Social Security?
No,
So you can get a job to make up to $15,000 a year and still receive your Social Security.
my concern is not the Social Security, because they got the Ticket to Work program. Developing this company, I'm gonna make more money than they're gonna pay me anyway, so I would rather run my business sitting behind a desk.
But I think, I know in the federal government, because my supervisor, he was 82 and he just retired last year. And you can work up to I think it's 70 or 72. Yeah, you can work up, I think it's 70 before they force you. Because you don't have to start withdrawing your Social Security at 62. You can work up until, I want to say it's 70 or 72 before they force you to get your Social Security. So if you're working, like I say, don't quote me on this because I don't work for Social Security. You can actually call the Social Security and they can tell you the information that you want to know. But I know Mr. Cooper worked up to, when he retired, he was 82 years old. But he was getting Social Security and he was our district director for South Carolina.
I think that may not be quite correct for Social Security, because I work with a lady, she's 76 and she works full time.
Okay, like I say, that's why I say I know you still can work, because Mr. Cooper was still working at 80 years old.
Reach the maximum retirement age, there is no penalty to the dollar amount.
Okay.
Once you-
See, like I said, call Social Security, because don't quote me, but I know there is rules that states that you don't have to stop working at 62. You can continue working and draw Social Security.
That's what I did. I went with the Ticket to Work program with Social Security.
Okay. Are you all here for the contracting class? You all can still sit in. I'm not gonna stop you from sitting in and get all this good value information. How to expand your business through federal contracting. What were you all here for? No, I think I'm the first one. My name is Miss Brewer, Angela.
She's actually Nancy Johnson already.
Were you supposed to be in A or B? You don't want to hear me talk? You gonna get up and leave on my presentation? But the hub zone, your principal office must also be in a hub zone. There's a hub zone map. If you go to sba.gov/hub zone, oh, so you've been sitting here all this time too, what's supposed to be in my class? Oh, okay. Hub zone. The hub zone map, you must put the exact address. You can't just put 29210 or 29201. Sometimes you can, but you must put your exact address, because sometimes on this side of the street is a hub zone, but right directly across the street, your neighbor that you speak to, hey girl, how you doing? They don't have to be in a hub zone. It's on Fairfield Road, because I went out there. It's a business. I cannot remember the business. Soon you get across 20, maybe about a mile down the road, there's a business that's in a hub zone. But right directly across the street, I think it's a trucking company or moving company, that business is not in a hub zone. So you have to put in the exact address to order to determine are you in a hub zone status. And the hub zone is an application. You have to go in to certify the SBA.gov hub zone and apply for the hub zone status. And it's a three-year program. Every 3 years you must be recertified. So during that 1 to 3 years, I'm not telling you this, but that 35, we don't go out and check. But that 35 gray area that you might have lost an employee and moved out of that hub zone, you have 3 years to make sure when I come out and do my visit that you got that 35%. Because when you do your recertification, you must send in the person, whoever the hub zone person that you say hub zone, you got to send in their lease, electricity bill or utility bill, and you have to send in, they have to be on your payroll. Cannot 1099 them. So it must be someone on your payroll, because you have to send in your payroll.
Oh.
Any questions about hub zone? And we come to our last program, which is the 8A program. The 8A program is a program that our office specifically manages. We have currently right now 37 businesses in our 8A program. The 8A program was founded on the basis of minority, trying to get them to get on an even playing field with everybody else. It is a 9-year program. The first 4 years of that program we call a developmental stage, where we try to get you developed, make sure your business is strong. You can get all the sole source contracts that you want during a 4-year program. You can get 10 sole sources if you can handle it. The last 5 years, the first year or the 5th year of the program, which is called the transitional stage, 15% of your contracts must be non-8A. So that means all those 4 years that you was getting all 8A contracts, working just with federal government, getting 8A sole source contract, that 5th year or the first year of the transition program, you must start back doing what you're doing right now, because you're not in an 8A program. Then it goes 15, 25, 35, 45, and then 55. Like I said, we do sole source contract. Besides the VA, the federal government, the 8A program is the only program where you can get a sole source award. That means in the 8A program, you go into a contracting office, and we ask, when you're in the 8A program, we ask you for your business plan. We ask you for a capability statement, because once you send me your capability statement, I send it out to all our agencies. Say, hey, I have this 8A firm in the program, new to the program. See if you can find some work for them, or see if you have something you have. Or you go to FBO, federalbusinessopportunity.gov, and you say, hey, Angela, I seen this solicitation out there, and it say pre-solicitation or source of salt. Can you see if I can get this contract? I make that call to that contracting office because you were one of my 8A firms saying, hey, Miss Joe Blow or Miss Jane Doe, I have this firm who could do this. Would you put this in the 8A program? Once a solicitation or a contract get in the 8A program, it must remain in the 8A program. Don't have to remain with you, but it must remain in the program. So that means only 8A firms can get it. And for the sole source contracts, you can get a contract if you're construction up to $4 million without being competed. That means without being put on FBO or being put in the streets or put on the wall in the break room, wherever they put it. You can get up to $4 million. But for services, anything dealing with goods and services, is $6 million. So that's one of the benefits of being in the 8A program. And we do business development. We have what is called 7J training, where we have contracting officers come in and they teach class on proposal writing, human resource, what class we had last year? QuickBooks. We had a class on, it was a QuickBooks proposal writing. I think we had like 7 classes last year. QuickBooks proposal writing, HR. We take, because I went to visit a firm last week in Charleston. She want us to see if we can get a class on what is it called? When you're doing the numbers for your contract, gotta draw a blank. I can't think of the name of it. But we ask the firms, and then we get one-on-one. We can also bring those contracting officers in. After you went through the whole class with everybody else, if you want to do one-on-one, they come in and help you set up or help you write proposals, take you through step by step on write proposals, just one-on-one. We can get them to do that also. So
those classes are 8 hours a day? Or
no, when we do our 7J training, it's typically 2 to 4. Proposal, I think, is a 2-day, 4-hour training, but everything else is like a 1 or 2 hour training.
Yeah, because those are some of the things I want to get into, writing proposals or doing.
Because right now, because we just got our budget, and I don't know if they have sourced out the people, the contracting officers. But if you call Sherry Pittenger, she's in the Greenville office. Excuse me. She works every day. Send me an email. I'm gonna give you my email information.
Yeah.
Send me an email. Sherry Pittenger used to be a contracting officer for the federal government, but she can sit down and tell you almost to the penny about when you're doing your bidding or you writing a proposal for federal contracting, free of charge. She works for the SBDC, but she's in Greenville and she will travel. So if you need her to come to you, she will travel. Thrive in a competitive environment. That's what the 8A program is trying to get you on an even playing field as everybody else. In order to be eligible for the 8A program, you must be socially and economically disadvantaged. That means in order to be automatically considered for the 8A program, automatically considered, not automatically in, but considered, you must be a minority. African American, Asian Pacific, Native American, Latin American, those are the automatic consideration. But we have had Caucasians in our program, so I would not tell no one not to apply, because we have a Caucasian male who was in the military, and his disability precluded him from getting promoted in the military. He actually got medically boarded out of the military. So he showed a preponderance of evidence that his disability with the military precluded him from progressing in the workforce. So he was able to get in the 8A program because of that. We also have a young lady who is considered legally blind, which means she cannot work in a normal job or working a normal. So she was able to get an 8A program. So I'm not saying everyone cannot apply for the 8A program, because I do not make that determination. Our higher headquarters does. So everyone can apply. But I am saying to be automatically considered, you must be a minority. Had to clear it up. And to be economically disadvantaged, your personal net worth must be below 250 to get in the program. And once you get in the program for that 9 years, you must remain below $750,000 to stay in the 8A program. And your asset must be under $4 million. And you must be in business for at least 2 years. The person who's applying as a disadvantaged member must have 51% control in the company, own and control, and you must be in good character. If you did something in your previous life, we cannot hold it against you. Just disclose it. If the federal government did, because they're going to do a background check, If they dig into your background and find out that you left something out, it might have been you jaywalked. You didn't pay a traffic ticket. It could be something small, but if you do not disclose it, that's automatically no into the 8A program. And with the 8A program, you must have at least one primary NAICS. So that's NAICS code, because the primary NAICS is what you, like I said, you can have 100 NAICS code, but whatever NAICS code that you're earning the majority of your revenue in, that's what the federal government is going to determine as your primary NAICS. And you must be certified in SAM. Any questions so far about the 8A program? 8A program used to be in GLS. I don't know if anyone applied for the 8A program before, but right now it's in certified.sba.gov. You have to go through there in order to register for the 8A program. Currently, we have 8A and the WOSB is the only two programs right now. It's certified, HubZone certification. Go to prepare. If I can't get to the website right now because I don't have internet access. If you go to the certified.sba.gov across the top of the screen, you have a question? Yes, ma'am.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Once you apply, how long does it take?
It's streamlined now. It's not. It used to be a year. Now it's been 3 to 6 months. If they have a checklist in there. I can also send you the checklist. If you have everything.
I applied, and it went to California. Someone from California.
When did you apply?
April.
Okay, that's a good time. You should be receiving something soon.
Well, I received an email and it said I had to do two documents.
Okay.
And I know I didn't put it in the system, so I'm gonna give them that. And I asked her, she said, after she gets it, she'll send it up to someone else. I
King of Prussia.
Yeah, but it's all in California. Why is it?
No, King of Prussia in Pennsylvania.
But why is it in South Carolina?
Because our office do not determine who gets in the 8A program. We just manage once you get in the program. No, we can't make that determination.
You said about 3 months. 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. You should receive an email or a letter in the mail 3 to 6 months saying, okay, we got it, because when you go into certified, you create an account. Right. They should put something in your, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're at this stage, we're at this stage. So they should keep, once they go from this step of reviewing to the next step, they should have sent you an email to let you know at what phase you're at.
If you're denied, you can appeal?
A year. Oh, you can appeal, but you can apply again in a year.
Okay.
But if you go to certified.sba, if you click on, like I said, at the top of the screen, it has like 4 different tabs you can click on. If you click on the prepare, it gives you the spreadsheet or a list of everything that you need to apply for the 8A, the woman-owned, all the programs I just talked about. And then you can go click on Am I Qualified? It takes you through a series of about 15 or 20 questions, and you answer. It's like, are you African American? Are you disadvantaged? Are you this? Are you that? And it depends on how you answer. It might tell you you may be qualified or you may not be. If it tells you that you may not be eligible, still apply for it. That system cannot just tell you no. It just tells you you may not be eligible. Still qualify. Still apply for it if that's what you want to do. Marketing steps. When we talk about marketing, I encourage you, this right here is a great form of marketing. If you have a business already, I hope, I pray, I assume you have a business card. Because as you walk around and meet and greet these different people, you never know who you're meeting and greeting. In this room, you never know who you're meeting or greeting. I'm going to Fort Jackson next week. They might be looking for a logistic person. He give me his business card and send me his capability statement. I can say, hey, Dr. G, I got this person right here that might be looking, that can assist you in what you was looking for. I talk to Forest Service all the time. Mark Miller is one of our best champion. National Guard, one of the best champion for the 8A program or just for small business. That means they hire a lot of small business. Our 8A firm, we have an 8A firm right now who has gotten over $10 million this past year just from the National Guard. So I can talk to Dr. G on Fort Jackson or go to Colonel Robinson at the National Guard and say, hey, I got these people, this firm right here that I think you can use. So you never know who you meet. So when you inform, like I have my business card in my purse when I'm just going out to dinner after lunch. You never know when you sit down talking and somebody said, man, I want to start a small business, but I don't know what I want to do. Hey, here's my business card. I work for SBA. Call me next week and we can work something out. You never know who you meet. So when you inform like this, or you in places like these, or we had a salute to small business May 2nd. We had over 40 federal agents, private and civilian sector. We had BMW, Continental Tire, Department of Energy, Fort Jackson, Army Corps of Engineers, City of Columbia, City of Charleston. We had people like that you can sit down one-on-one and say, hey, my name is Joe Blow. I do this, I do that, I do that. Do you have any work for me? Can you use me? And you all might not have known about that, but we have on our website, when you go to sba.gov/SC, a gold pop-up box is going to come from the right-hand side. If you put your email address and your zip code in there, you'll get periodic email, because I think we send them out Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, or Sunday, I can't remember. You'll get emails of all the classes, all the programs that are going on around the state, because we partner with the City of Columbia. When the City of Columbia have events, we put it on our calendar, we send it out because we try to promote it. We partner with the state, the SMBCC, who is a certified minority business contracting and certification. Think small business, think something like that. We partner with Richland County. We partner with Fort Jackson and National Guard. So when places have, because most time it's free of charge. So when they have events like this, we send it out because we want to encourage you to go out and network, because you never know during that networking time who you might meet that can assist or grow your small business. So always have a business card. Like someone told me, I think someone here said they hadn't started a business yet, but they are in the process of thinking about starting a business and they retire. Have a business card. My name is Angela Brewer. My email address, my phone number on the back side. I do this, I do that, I do this, and I do that. You don't have to have a business in order to do business, because you're trying to grow your business. So as long as you have a business card that can tell what you are capable of doing, so you never know, I might be looking for someone to do my taxes. I might be looking for someone to transport something. You never know, so never be without a business card just because you don't have a business. That does not mean you don't need a business card, because you never know your services are still needed. So when you do get a business, you've already grown your clientele. Market to the federal government. You need to know who buys what. Fort Jackson is a training post. That means they're always looking for ideas to train, or for training for their soldiers. They're one of the largest training posts. They are the largest, I think they're still the largest, training posts in the United States. So if you have something that teaches, trains, they're looking for you. The National Guard, they're doing a lot of construction. That's what my company I told you made over $10 million last year. He's a construction company. He's building, he's improving. Like I tell everybody, there's a couple and there's a guy came to me. They teach not first responder, the shooting thing, I can't think of what it's called now. Active shooter. City of Charleston, County of Charleston, ever since the incident in it wasn't an incident because it was in Florida back in February, they have been looking for someone to train their school, their teachers. No, and every time I talk, well, I hadn't heard of that. I'm in Columbia. How you not heard? It's on the radio. It's on television. That's what they're looking for. So you need to know when you're marketing, who you're marketing to and what they're buying, because everybody is not buying everything. Because who was it told me? Forest Service. They don't normally buy construction. What they're looking for is people to do dredging, lay I think it's called seedling when you plant trees. They look for people who to do architect, engineer for their if they have a big plot of land and they want trees planted, they want you to engineer or landscape the area. So that's what they're looking for. So you need to know who you're marketing to. So I have a list of federal agencies and I know the goods and services that they buy or they purchase. And I will send that list out. If you send me an email, then that shows me that you really want to get into federal contracting. I don't have your email address. So if you don't contact me, I can't contact you.
So don't leave the email address with you.
You can leave it with me if you have a business. I prefer a business card. I'm trying to get you right. I want your business card. You ain't got a business card, that means you don't want to be in business.
Can you help me improve my capabilities?
You sure can. Send it to me. You said you got my email address?
Yeah.
Send it to me, because I don't think I have my business card. I know I have some on the table, and I normally have my little purple.
I'm prepared.
My little purple thing with me to have my business card. But if I got another class at 10:35 teaching you how to stuff to start the business. But on our table, we have an SBA table out there in the foyer. On the business side, I have my business cards there. You can always send me an email. I'm in the office every morning at 7 o'clock, and I'm there to 3:30. I travel a lot too. I do a lot of traveling. But if you send me an email, they made me get this right here. They gave all of us this right here. This is a government cell phone. So if you send me an email, you get our new business card because we just got it last month. We just got money this month. So if you send me an email or call me, because in my email it has my cell phone number and it has my business, my desk number. So if you send me an email or call me, I check my emails all the time. There's no saying I didn't see it. I might not respond to you right now because, like I said, I do a lot of traveling. Last week I was in Aiken, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I travel a whole lot because we don't have marketing. Our office is our marketing budget. So if you send me an email, I will get back to you. If not that day, the next day, because I always respond to my emails. I never not respond to my emails or my calls. I might say, hey, you call me? Because your number's not programmed on my phone, but I always call back unless you're a telemarketer. And the last slide is our contact information. Myself and Carl Faison are the business opportunity specialists for the South Carolina. Who's trying to have your business card? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And if you ever have any questions about contracting, federal contracting, give us a call, send us an email. We can answer all your contracting questions. Carl used to be a contracting officer on Shaw Air Force Base before he came to SBA. So contracting questions about protest and different things. I don't know that much about contracting. I'm still learning about contracting because I've never been a contracting officer. I've been through classes, but he knows the technical, analytical side of contracting, and he can answer all your questions. But if you can't get him, get me. Our Triple D, Michael Corp, used to be our lead BOS, but now he's our Triple D. He can answer the same question that Carl can answer that I can't answer, because I'm not going to ever tell you something that I think is right. Like I told you about Social Security, call Social Security. If you ask me a technical question about contract writing or contract, I'm going to always tell you, I think, but let me check it out. Because I don't want y'all to go up there and call Miss McMahon saying Angela told me this and it's not right. I always tell you, let me think and I get back with you. Any questions? You all was such a great class. Thank you all for coming out to my class. Like I say, stop by the SBA booth that's in the area, the auditorium out there, and grab my card. I have some presentation on the quick steps to SAM and what SBA offers. So if there's no more questions, thank you all for attending the class today.
Keep that up for a minute, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I need that. Something for real, but I need to do I'm working on my capability statement.
Yeah, send it to me. I review capability statements all the time, because on a capability statement, you should have your information, your business name, email address, and how to get in touch with you, whether it be personal or Angela Brewer. I'm with Small Business Administration, SBA. I'm here today to present on 8 steps to starting a business. I'm going to go around the room and I want you to introduce yourself. Tell me if you have a business, or if not, you're in the process of starting a business, or where you at in the stage of starting your business. You want to go again?
Yes, ma'am. Again, my name is Bridget Bowyer, and I'm currently trying to start a business in care home, as far as to cater to those individuals with mental illness.
You, ma'am?
I'm Cynthia George,
You mind speaking up so everybody can
oh,
hear
I'm
you?
sorry, Cynthia George, middle school ELA teacher. And I am thinking about starting a business after I retired, probably in about 5 years.
Okay.
Something along tutoring for students, tutoring
Okay.
business, yes.
You, ma'am, or you just here to support?
I'm just supporting, I'm her mother.
Okay.
But I used to do daycare, but now I'm not doing anything. I'm just senior citizen, I go bowling and I'm just.
Take me with you. Take me with you. That's the best job in the world right now. You don't have to worry about that.
Babysitting, I used to take children in my home and stuff, but I don't do any of that now. I just retired.
Nothing wrong with that. You, ma'am?
I'm Lena Holmes. I do
Lena
not
Holmes? Holmes, okay, my bad.
I get that all. I do not have a business, but I don't even have an idea for business, but I just know that eventually I would like to
Let me ask you a
be
question.
on my own.
What do you do?
I'm an accountant.
You do have a business. I get that a lot. I don't have a business. What do you do? If you clean houses, if you sweep floors, if you wash the walls, that's a business. Put that on a business card. Never say you don't have a business, because the service that you offer, that you provide, even though it's not in an office or in a home office, that is a job or a business. Never say you don't have a business. Just say you don't have a home office or that you do this. Never say you don't have a business. Because you never know. I should have had you a couple months ago when I was paying my taxes. You never know who might need your service. Like I tell everyone, I just told my last class, you might not have an office, which could be a home office. You don't have to work. A lot of people are like, well, I work out of my home. Every business, just about every business, 90% of business start in a home until you can get a storefront. So never say that, if you working off your kitchen, because I went out to business that I had to certify, who's at their kitchen table? Long as you have an area designated that you do your work, that's your home office. It can be the kitchen table, you can be at the end of the kitchen table, it can be a corner on the sideboard. That's your office. That's where you do business. So yes, ma'am, you do have a business. You just don't have an office. You want to go again, sir?
Stephen Phillips, just looking to start a business in a few years, research.
You, ma'am?
Anita Taylor, I'm also researching at this time something to start a business.
Okay.
Cassandra Evans, and I used to own a daycare, and now I'm getting ready to retire, so I'm going back into it.
Okay. You, ma'am?
Here for information.
Okay.
Gordon Jackson, I'm looking to start.
What kind of business you looking to start?
Well, I started a bookstore and art studio.
Bookstore? Okay. You, ma'am, you want to go tonight?
My name is Betty Smith, and I am looking to start an accounting bookkeeping consultation. I've been doing accounting for 18
There you
years.
go.
So
There you go. That's why next time I see you or hear from you all this information you all telling me on a business card. You don't have to have a business in order to have a business card, because you never know. Like I say, I had to do my own turbo tax, taxes. I could have, maybe you could have had me not paying my taxes. I could have got a little refund or broke even. So, but you never know, your card that you have in your hand that say what service that you offer might be what someone else need, and you just hand that card. You can, like I told them earlier, I'm sitting there, I could be sitting in a restaurant, and someone just started talking to their buddy, not even talking to me, but what the kids call it, ear hustling, and someone talking about what they do or what they want to do, and you whip that business card out. It might not be a business, but it's your name, telephone number, and your email address. Contact me. I can assist you with this. You want to go, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Joanne Connors, and I'm a Head Start teacher. I have been teaching for 33 years, and I do that. I help mine and babysit children in the neighborhood, or somebody somebody to go somewhere and not keep the baby or keep the child.
You ma'am, you just here for support. Okay. You ma'am?
My name is Cheryl, and I work for the state government, which means I need to supplement that income, so I would love to start this.
Okay, what type of business you trying to start?
Well, I thought about doing something with food service.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I say, today I'm going to be giving a class on how to start, steps to start a small business. You're going to see a picture of Savannah Wilburn. That's not me. She had a personal engagement, a prior engagement today, so I stepped in to do the class for her. So don't be like, that ain't her on the wall. See there? That's not me. But that's my colleague Savannah. She was supposed to do the class today, but she had a personal engagement that came up, so she couldn't be here. America is a nation of small business. We just had Small Business Week on May 2nd. And small businesses are the cornerstone of America, driving American businesses, because a lot of businesses don't want to do the menial manual labor. They want to do the big stuff and get the big checks. But like the roads, people who do the roads, construction, they don't want to put out the signs. They don't want to put out the cones. They don't want to put up the lights. They hire small businesses for things like that. So small businesses are the cornerstone that drive larger business. Over 3/4 of small business have no employees. That means you are the only employee in your business. That means you do everything. You do the bookkeeping, you take out the trash, you do the paychecks, you do everything. You only one person in that. 99% of U.S. employees is made up of small business. 63% of the net new private sector jobs small business employ over 48% in the private sector and 98% of firms exporting goods. What can impact small businesses? What can make your business not grow? Lack of planning. I've heard quite a few of you all say you have some ideas or you're thinking. That's the first stage, because you got to think it out, then you got to put it on paper. Poor credit. Failure to seek outside help. We have what is called the SBDC, Small Business Development Center, here in Columbia, but we have an office all around the state. Reach out to them. We have SCORE also. Reach out to them. Lack of support. It's great to see these moms here or these daughters here that is here to support their mom or their child and to start their small business. Lack of experience. That's one of the things, everybody say they can cook. Just because you cook at home and your folks tell you they ain't gonna tell you it tastes bad, they might not eat it or throw it up on the table, don't mean you can open up a restaurant and start cooking. So just because you think you can cook or your family tell you it's good, because they ain't gonna want to hurt your feelings. Get some outside assistance. Get somebody who outside the taste who don't have what they call a foot in the ring, or they're not gonna lose anything by telling you the truth. Because nobody wants to sleep on the couch and not eat dinner no more because they tell you your food bad, right? Poor management skills, not enough money, lack of resources, ignoring the customers, poor cash management. These are some things that can make small businesses fail, because a lot of small businesses fail in the first 5 years of being open. Guess she didn't want to hear me talk either. 10 talents that drive. Oh, yes, she did. You wanted to hear me talk. I said, you wanted to hear me talk. This is starting a small business. I think that's the name of it. 8 steps to starting a small business. Ten talents that drive entrepreneur success. Business focus, confidence, creative thinking, delegator, determination, independent, knowledge seekers, promoter, which is marketing, relationship building, which is this right here. You building, like you say, you don't have a business right now, but you have the idea, but someone in this room might have some assistance they can offer you. building relationship, and risk taker. You have to be willing to step out there. Like, forgive me if a lot of you, if you some of you are not religious, but you have to be able to step out on faith. You got to be willing to step out on. Come on in and have a seat. I'm not gonna bite or throw water at you. Are you ready to be an entrepreneur? What do I want for my business? Am I determined enough? Do I have the drive? Do I have the determination to start a small business? To reach my long-term goals? Do I have personal discipline? Am I ready to not go to Starbucks for the next 3 months to save that $5 a day or $10 if you go? However, I don't drink coffee. Am I willing to stop doing what I do every day? Am I not going to buy a pair of shoes every other day so I can start my small business? Am I willing to let my nails go so I can not do, because what I spend $70 every 2 weeks. Am I willing to keep that $140 in my savings account every month to start my small business? Are you willing to do that? Those are the kind of things you have to think, things that you find as luxury that you, like I tell my kids, man, I got to have a pair of shoes every week. Can I stop that? Can I stop my shoe fetish? Can I stop what I love, things that I think I need, that I want to do, things that I work so hard, I travel so much, things that I admire, things that I want. Can I stop doing that because I want to start my business? Those are the kind of questions you have to ask yourself. What are you willing to give up in order to make your business succeed? How will I handle disappointments? Do I have support network? Am I comfortable with uncertainty and being uncomfortable? Am I prepared financially? That's something that kills a lot of businesses right there. Getting ready, steps to starting a small business. Determine your offering and market demand. Someone came in our office. I work for SBA at the federal building now with the Social Security office. That's what I say, Social Security. Everybody knows what the Social Security office is. And a young lady came in there about 2 or 3 months ago. She wanted to open up I think it was a hookah lounge or something like that. And you all heard of hookah lounge? See, you kind of young. I know you probably heard of hookah lounge. I had not a clue what she was talking about. She wanted to go out to the Village of Sand Hill area where the well-established, the people of our generation is. See, when I asked have anybody heard of a hookah lounge, y'all looking at me like I looked at her. You don't take businesses like that out there to that area because that's an established area. Places like down here in 5 Points in the Vista. What's a hookah lounge? You like you're kind of young.
I don't even know how to explain it.
Okay. Okay. So would you see that? You looking like I look when she told me that. Why would you take something like that out to a family-oriented area? Downtown where you have college students, people who indulge in those type of activities, that's where you take those type oxygen bars and things like that. Because I think it might have been, I was just in Arizona a couple of weeks ago, and I was shocked. I said, Raven. My daughter, she had graduated with her master's, and we was at Grand Canyon University for her graduation. We was downtown walking. They were smoking weed. They had the little stores and things like that. Yeah. I was like, Raven. She said, Mama, stop acting like that. I'm from Mississippi. We don't have things like that. It's like every other store, every 2 stores they had, because it's legal in Arizona. They had, and little girls just walking through. I said, Raven. She said, Mama, if you don't stop, I'm gonna leave you. But it's down because Arizona State was downtown. So that you have to know where you're marketing. You have to know who's gonna buy these things. If you put a hookah lounge or oxygen bar out there in the Clemson Road area out there by Village of Sand Hill, they're gonna go out of business tomorrow. Because college students are people, or the young people, or the people that frequent places like that, and they're not out there in that area. That area is for established people who have kids or families or trying to start those type of things, not a hookah lounge. So you must know who you're marketing to. You must if SBDC can help you with that. They can do a marketing analysis for you and see where would your business thrive. Food trucks. Gentleman wanted to start a food truck. I'm like, okay, That's a good idea. We need food trucks around the federal building because, you can't find no parking during lunchtime here in Columbia. When I was thinking about going out the village of Sand here, they have Chili's, Applebee's, Olive Garden, everything imaginable out there that's, you can just take 5 minutes to go there. I said, sir, my son work out on exit 52, I think it's 52 out in Lexington. I said, they have a no, they don't have McDonald's. They have Subway and Burger King. But they got U.S. Foods. They have, it was the Michelin plant out there, and about 2 more plants out there. There's a big truck stop. That's where you need a food truck at, or what's the name, McIntyre base down there. It takes 10 to 20 minutes to drive in town. You got an hour lunch. By the time you get in town, get your lunch. Lunch is over. So you need to look at where you're planning on, who you're marketing to when you're doing your business. Because I think someone said something about a daycare or something like that. You need to know, okay, this area was more accessible. Can people get in, drop their kids off within 5 or 10 minutes and get back out? Is parking gonna be accessible? Different things like that. Understand your competition. How many is in the area? Who all in that area are already doing the same thing that you? Cause there's no sense of putting a food truck or a hookah lounge and you got 10 more out there in that area. Know where you're going when you do it. Determine your marketing strategy. Everyone needs a marketing budget. If it's only $20 to buy an ad for, who do ads anymore? They still have newspapers? To put your ad in the newspaper or do a Facebook account. SBDC can help you with your, to create a web page, free of charge. And when I talk about SBDC, all their services are free of charge. They can assist you with doing a web page, and they can also assist you with getting your business on Google. So a lot of people think about doing a web page, you're gonna always be searched. You might be on the 5th page of the Google search. Earl Gregorich for SBDC can make sure that you're in the top 10. So always reach out to your SBDC because they can assist you with all this. Meet your legal requirements, because some people, you have sole proprietor, LLC, incorporation. You need to know the difference. And when you start your business, how you gonna do your business, your legal part of the business. Prepare yourself financially. Develop a business plan. Do you all know that some people charge about $1,500, $2,000 to do a business plan? You do that? Well, I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna move on. But the thing about it, not you, because I have to review business plan for our 8A firms. When they pay in the $1,500, $2,500, they're doing business plan for a HR company, not your company. They don't personalize your business. She might, because I don't know her and I don't know her services. But see there? But when they go out and pay these people, they just like you can do, they Google HR. And what do an HR need? But they can't tell you what your first year, because when you're doing a business plan, because you might need a loan one day, you need a 12-month cash flow projection, because the bank is going to want to know what are you projected on making over the next 12 months. And then they're going to want to know in the next 2 years what you plan on making. So you need like a 3-year cash flow projection. And you're going to need that in your business plan. SBDC can assist you with that. SCORE can assist you with that. So get help. Getting ready. Determine, I think I went over this already, but determine your offering and the market demand. Ask yourself, what do I want to sell? What will the product service do? What problem does my product or service solve? How is it different from what currently exists? Because you have to ask yourself, if you have 2 restaurants that serve the same thing, what is going to make your business stand out from something else that's serving the same thing? So you have to add a little more pepper, add a little more, what's those beans or something to you. You got to do something to spice you. You got to offer something, just a little something different that other business is not offering. Because if it's 2 of you all on the same street, what's going to make them go to you versus going down the street to them? So you have to know all that. How much would you pay? How much would they pay for it? Give a sample. You can walk through the malls all the time. Through food court, they always sample. They want you to sample something. And you ask them, you can do a market research. Is this something? Because you really, you have to get a permit, I think, to be in the mall. Because they had some here, the Taste of Black Columbia last night. Ask people, Or look at other businesses, if they have the same thing you have, see what they're charging. You might want to charge 20 cents less, but you still got to offer just a little bit something extra with that 20 cents less in order to bring those customers in there. You can't just offer 20 cents less, but your stuff is just like theirs. If something is good, I don't know about you all, if something that I want, I don't care about the price, I'm going to pay it because it's good. But if you're going to give it to me a little cheaper and it's not good, I'm going to go back down the street and get there with that 20 cents and pay that 20 cents for it because it's better.
Did you say that you're gonna, send this?
Yes, ma'am, I sent this presentation out. My business cards, I'm so sorry, is in, I have a booth set up in the convention center. So I hope still, because I think Frank's, they're managing our table. On our table, I have my business cards. Or at the Angela.brewer@sba.gov, because this is not my presentation, this is Savannah presentation. If you want to email me, say, Angela, I was at your starting the business class on Saturday, can you send me these slides? And I'll be more than happy. I'll be Angela.brewer, BREWER, @sba.gov, or call me at 803-72. I'm about to give y'all my daughter's phone number. 765-5907. And just, say, Angela, I met you, or I was in a class that you taught on Saturday. Can you send me the slides? And I don't mind doing it. I'm in the office Monday. I'm out of the office Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, girl, I do a lot of traveling. Well, if you all have a business, Department of Health and Human Services is having like a matchmaking event Wednesday out in Harbison at the Midland Tech College out there, where they have people like Glasgow, Pfizer, and all these big businesses that they partner with that's going to be out there. And I'll be in Allendale Tuesday, and I got to go on Fort Jackson Thursday. So I travel a lot. Please forgive me. So if you email me, the federal government said I travel too much. They gave me a cell phone, which I just heard ding, so somebody else didn't email me. But email me. I don't know my cell phone number. My government cell phone number is 202 something. Call me, and I'll be happy to assist you with answering questions. Any question that you might have. I'm gonna try to find my phone number. I have a Galaxy. I don't have an iPhone. I'm kind of old, and I'm still trying to get used to working it. So let me see if I can find my phone number. I know it's 202 something. Settings. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying so y'all can be able to get in touch with me. You want us to say that ain't right. I can't find it. Understand the competition. Ask yourself, who's already, did I go over this slide? No. Who's already providing this product or service? How much do they charge? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Who are their customers? And what type of customers are they targeting? That's understanding your competition, because you always want to know what's the other person doing that you can do better. If it takes you going into that restaurant or going into that store or going into that businesses, because when you go into an office business or to a business, they're going to always try to sell you, so they're going to always tell you or give you information about what they do. Take that information, you just ask a question. They don't have to know you have a business. You don't have to tell them that you're looking to start a business, because you don't want them to know that you're their competition. But you want to know what the competition is doing so you can do better. So go into that store, go into that restaurant. You can get a menu, because most restaurants have those throwaway menus. Like I said, when you go into a business, they're going to always try to sell you their service. They're going to give you a brochure or capability statement, is what I call it, or what they offer or what they do. So you can always get, pricing or different things like that from other businesses. Determining your marketing strategy. Always ask yourself what customers will target. You want to know what your customers want. You might offer this service or you might offer this, but your customers might want something different. Always listen to your customer when they tell you, or when you're talking to them, because I've gone to quite a few restaurants and the manager walk around and like, how was service, how was this? If you want something else from them, or you want to know what you take it, get a suggestion box. If you have an office or you have a restaurant, get a suggestion box or daycare. What other services can I offer to better assist you? Because you want to make the life of your customer as easy as possible. You don't want, I don't want to have to run here and do this, and I had to go down the street and get that, and I had to go over there and get that. You want to try to cater to what your customers need, so you can be a one-stop shop. So when they come in, they're willing to pay whatever you're trying to offer them or charge them, because they're gonna get whatever they want from you at that time. What sets my business apart from the competition, from the competitor? Same thing. What do I offer? What do I do better than my competition? You always want to know. Like I say, go into a business like business that you have or trying to start, and find out what it is they do, and you want to know what you can do better. Any questions so far? Determine your startup costs. Before you launch a new venture, you should take time to estimate the total amount of funds that you would need to start your business. You need to have your one-time costs, like you're going to buy a business or you're leasing a business. If you lease a business, it's going to be a monthly cost. If you buy a business, they're going to be your one-time cost. I think it's on the next slide. Initial costs. You only have to buy furniture one time, unless you're going to redecorate, furniture and equipment. On the left-hand side, you have a list of things that is your one-time startup cost. On the right-hand side is some that you want to pay monthly. So you have to take that in accountability when you're doing your startup costs. Building improvements, remodeling. So if you get in a building that needs something done to it, that's a one-time cost. Lease and rent deposit, the one-time cost. Starting inventory, licenses, permits, franchise, legal and professional fees, utilities, internet, supplies. All those things are one-time. It was a startup cost. Things you need, because utilities and rent. If you're doing rent, you have to pay that every month. Rent, lease, salary, telephone, advertising, legal, and accounting. Those are the type of things that is monthly. Legal is up there. I always encourage businesses to always get legal advice before you do anything. Even though you might think you know, the laws change all the time. So you always want to get legal advice about your business before you actually hit the ground running. What you already know probably be the same thing they tell you, but you still want to get the legal advice first. You put all your startup costs in a little bowl, shake it up. They're going to determine what you need startup capital. Meet your legal requirement. Your business must be organized as some form of entity. The most common entity is a sole source. You have an LLC, you have a general and limited partnership, and you have corporations. Sole source partnership, a sole source business means that if something happens, say for instance you have a restaurant and someone get hurt in that restaurant, they not only go after your restaurant, they go after your personal asset also. So with a sole source and an LLC and a corporation, those are the differences. That's why I say seek legal advice, because I can't give you any. Because I don't know, I just know the differences. But a lawyer can tell you what's the best fit for your company. And always have insurance. There are advantages and disadvantages to each form of organization, so you should consult your lawyer to learn the best for your situation. Meet your legal requirement. You need to get your state and local registration. Every county or city does not require you to get certified to do business, but the majority of them do. So you need to contact your local and state organizations about what type of certifications or registrations you need. You can go to scbos.gov, I think it is. Let me use what I know how to use. I think it's www.business1stop to tell you how to access. I think it's scbos.gov or .com. They can tell you, and you don't have to go through all the different sites. You got an iPhone? You have an iPhone? How do I get to the internet, girl? You got an iPhone, because I don't know nothing about iPhones. I think it's... You might say it's here, so being signed. I don't use iPhones either. I think it's scbos.com. Dot who? Oh, .sc.gov. Okay, thank you. Yes, and they can tell you what type of certification, what city requires, so city and county requires certification. You said scbo.sc.gov. Register for sale tax license through the state IRS. Establish unemployment. If you're going to do insurance, those are the insurance that you need. You don't have to do the regular insurance like life and health insurance, but you need unemployment insurance for your employees. Apply for permits and licenses. Apply for your FIN, your federal tax ID number. These are the steps for meet your legal requirements for the IRS.gov. The IRS offer easy to understand IRS relevant training videos for businesses. They talk about the Affordable Care Act. They talk about the Bank Secrecy Act. So like I said, I'm going to send you these slides so you have them. So you can just click on the hyperlink and go to each one of the presentation, or go to each one of the things that you need to go to. Prepare yourself financially. Limit new debt or monthly payments. That's what I was talking about, that Starbucks things and the shoe shopping and different things like that. When you get ready to start your business, those things that you thought was that you need to do every day, that you need to do every week, those are the type of things that you stop or you cut out. Things that are just a want and not a need are the things that you cut out of your day-to-day or your monthly when you start your business, because you want to save those dollars. You want to save those $5. Those $5, $10 a day, at the end of the month, they add up. Get your personal finance in order. That means start working on your credit, because at some point, you might require a business loan. We have people, I think it's South Star Bank. They deal on credit, but they also they give loans or line of credit based off of your history. They look at your credit, but they don't take into account, like Wells Fargo is going to take into account your credit score. Some banks take into account, they look at your credit score, but they don't take into account just your credit score when it comes to business loans. Live on less. That's hard for me. Track your expenses. You're not going to start saving tomorrow and start opening your business, or save today and open your business tomorrow. So for 1 month, maybe 2, set a goal. After you pay all you want your bills. I'm sorry. Work and call you back. That's my son. He don't want nothing. Set aside, you have your utility bill. Get a rough, my utility bill, because I don't burn no heat. I don't burn the heat at all. In the wintertime, my utility bill runs about $70. I feel I can put a blanket on. I hate heat. You see, I'm sweating now. In the summertime, I know my utility bill is going to run roughly between 100 and 150, because I'm going to burn some air. I hate being hot, because I stay in a 1-bedroom apartment right now, so I'm going to burn the air, and I thought that was too much. So, you just give a rough estimate of what you're going to spend. You got to buy groceries. I don't know if you buy groceries monthly or weekly or every 2 weeks or something like that, or just when you need it. Okay, you set yourself, if you get paid every 2 weeks out of whatever you get paid, you got to pay your utilities, you got to pay your telephone bill, you got to buy groceries. See how much you can live off for a month. If you can live off $700 for a month, that covers all your bills. That means the rest of your paycheck is going to go into a savings account to help start your business. That's when it talks about live on less. You don't have to go to Starbucks. You don't have to. See if you cannot go to the movies for a while. See if you cannot go out and buy a pair of shoes every week. those dollars that you're spending on those things every week or every day, you're putting that into a savings account because those are the wants and not the needs. You're living off of the necessities and not off your wants. So that's when you start the business, that's what when they say track your expenses, because you wanna do a, what's it called, a budget? You wanna do a budget. Because on that budget, you wanna stick to that budget. You don't wanna say, well, I got this, because that's me. I got this in a savings account, so I can get this right here at my savings account, so I'm not gonna worry about it. You don't want to do that because your savings account is for your business. That's what you got your one because you got that $700 because you're gonna start packing your lunch. You're gonna spend $10 on a coffee pot, and you're gonna start that $10 on a coffee pot, and I think a can of coffee about $7 or $8. You take that to work, or you get your coffee mug. Those are the type of things that you're gonna have to start doing because you're not gonna start by Chick-fil-A every morning and spend $5 and $10 because those are that be you in front of the line, in front of me in line. Okay, I thought that was you in front of me every morning in line. So you wanna stop going to Chick-fil-A every day. So cause you wanna go buy you some biscuits. They have, I don't know what his name is, in a little red bag, frozen biscuits. You wanna get you some sausage because you can get a pack of sausage. They got 8 in them. There's 2 weeks worth, that's a week and a half worth of breakfast. You want to start carrying sandwiches to work every day for lunch, and a bag of chips, so you get you some 99-cent Food Line Ziploc bags, and you want to get you, because Food Line always have those 2 for $5s, and you get you some chips, get you a bottle. I buy the 32 pack of Aquafina. Depends on how much water you drink a day. You can take out, we have the regular refrigerator at work. You can put you some water in the refrigerator. Guess how much money you can save? Because I know myself, I spend about $30, $40 a day because I live by myself. I eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know. Because I spend, Chick-fil-A run me this morning, I think I spent $5.60. For lunch, I spend roughly $20, $25 on lunch because I hate traffic. There's no parking, so you have to pay for delivery service. So what, I'm at $30 right now? So then I stop by somewhere, depends on what I have a taste for, so there's another $20 in the afternoon. So I'm spending roughly $40 times, $200 a week on eating out. That sounds crazy, though. That's like a crazy person, don't I? That $200 could be in a savings account. That $200 could be in a savings account. God, I could have been rich by now. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just thinking about. I really spend that much money every week.
You need to sit down and listen to
Girl, I really spend that much money every week. I'm for real. Cause delivery is costing me. Cause yesterday I think my food was $19 to deliver. I ordered a barbecue sandwich from Potbelly. And I spent $19.97 for lunch yesterday, just for me. Just for me. A sandwich, barbecue sandwich. It came with a little cup of coleslaw. Came with a little cup of coleslaw and a bag of chips. Bag of Lay's potato chips. I spent $19.97. Yeah, $19.97. And I ate out last night. I spent $14 something because I went to Jasmine Garden. So what I spent $40 yesterday because I went Chick-fil-A for breakfast. $20, $25, then another $15. Yeah. And this is every day. Only time I cook is on Sunday. So I do take lunch to work on Mondays. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm back. I spend about $150 to $200 a week. And I just told you I wanted to open up a shelter. I could have had 2 shelters open up by now.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just went and bought a pair of shoes yesterday. Okay, we back. I should be in my own class. Because I'll bring something in for lunch and my coworker be like, Angela, you brought lunch? I said, yeah, but we can eat out if you want something. Cause you know, sandwich is not always appealing, but it's okay, so budget. I started the budget 2 years ago. I actually have a Excel spreadsheet. I don't know where it is right now. Budget. Make sure you budget. Don't live my life. Don't live my life. Budget. Because when you're trying to start a business, I'm trying to win the lottery because I ain't trying to start a business. I'm trying to win the lottery. But I got to play. I forgot to play the other day. Budget by the month. You need to set a goal. We back. We're going to budget. If you think with your utilities, your cell phone bill, cable is not a necessity, but it's a want. Your son keep hitting you back there. That's your son? I see he keep tapping on you back there. Cable is not a necessity, it's a want. But if you can live off basic cable, you don't have to have the HBO, the Showtime, the Cinemax, and the Stars. Girl, I still pay $170 a month. Because I got cable internet and a phone that I don't even use. That's what Spectrum told us. I know. And I don't, because I got everything. I watch on demand on the weekend. Take into account your personal budget and calculate how much you need to survive off your your need. Off your needs, because we're going to take our wants out of this equation. Because our want is what got me right now $10,000 poorer than I should be. Getting ready. What's your name, ma'am? Because I don't think you introduced yourself. You got some business card for everybody in here? There you go. You're going to need a business plan. She's going to charge you, and that's her business. But we have the SBDC, Small Business Development Center, which is located on Laurel Street, directly across from the bus transit depot thing that's on the corner of Laurel and Sumter. They offer those services for free. But you have to come in there with an idea. They're not going to sit down and let you brainstorm with them. You got to come in there with an idea. Once you got that idea, they're going to help you put it down on paper. They're going to give you that 1 year and that 2 year cash flow projection. That's what a bank is going to want to see, going to require that you have when you go in for a business loan. Because they're going to help you with your business plan, and once you get your business plan where they think it needs to be, they're going to assist you with writing your business, your loan packet. They can assist you with all of that. They offer free counseling. I need to go myself. I'm about to tell my daughter this. If you intend to apply for a loan, start your business, a lender will require a business plan. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I guess I need to read the slides. Like I said, this is not my presentation. I'm just being nice, and I know a little bit about it. Key elements to a business plan. Description and product service. On our SBA website, sba.gov/SC for South Carolina, they have a start your business tab across the top. We also have a template for a business plan. So you don't have to go, or you can Google business plan. But there's a 1010C, a business plan on our webpage that you can actually print out and just fill in, give an idea, look at it, look at the question that they ask you, and fill in, I think it's like 32 pages. And that's good, because if you got a 2-page business plan, that's not a business plan, that's a resume. That's not a business plan, that's what you have?
Well, no, but
Okay. Yeah, that's a resume. Resumes are normally 1 page front and back, or 2 pages, because only thing of a resume, a person who's looking at a resume, they want to see the key points that's at the top of the page. If you got 3 or 4 pages of a resume, it's a trash can. Listen, I'm sorry, but no one's going to have time. They want you put your key thing, but a business plan is about 32 pages. Because they want, some people put in like 1-sentence words on each question. Just like, not her, please forgive me. One of the questions they want to know a background. They want to know your background. Like, I started working at home, my I started working because my husband had got hurt, and, I had to do something. So I started this, and my grandmother passed away, and she gave me $10,000 or left me $10,000. That's a personal, that's the kind of thing, because they ask for your history of or your business, how your business got started, they want to know that there is some skin in the game. They want to know about how you, is that kind of stuff you put in? Yeah, they want to know about, they want to know what you put, you know, how your business got off the ground, what made you start this business. But if you go to a person that you paying $1,500, retired from business, started working, started his own business. In a business plan, a bank want to know that you got some skin in the game, because we have what is called an SBA loan. I think I got the loan. I'm not gonna jump ahead. We have they want to know, because they want to look at to make sure that you have a vested interest in your business. So you want, when you're doing the description and product service, that's what. Then you'll have to do a target market. You want to know the ask for a target market. They want to know that you know, or you have done your research, how many of this type of business in your area. So if you got a business like I live off of Broad River, I would not put another restaurant on Broad River. It's about 101 within a 2-block radius. Half of them don't. Churches shut down. That's the worst thing about it. Marketing strategy. How are you going to market? Are you going to, a lot of people use social media, but a lot of people are not on social media, or you're not friends with your audience, with your customers. You got was it Snap somebody? Do Snapchat? Can you use that as a marketing? I don't have a Snapchat or a Twitter. So those type of accounts, you can market like that, or Facebook, those are marketing tools. But I also encourage you to get a capability statement. Everyone has heard of a capability statement, right? Capability statement. A capability statement is a business resume. It's just like a resume, that's your personal resume, but it's for your business. On a capability statement, you can Google capability statement. A capability statement is normally one page, sometimes it's front and back, but it's a one-page document that has your business name, who owns, if you're the owner or whatever your title is, CEO, president, whatever your title is, how to get in contact with you, in an email address. Then you want to have, when you're dealing on the federal side, and some state entities, they require a NAICS code, North American Industry Classification Code. Then if you have some type of certification, the City of Columbia have a certification, the state have a certification, DOT have a certification, SBA have a certification. They want to know that you're certified. That means that you went through a process, that you have been vetted, that you actually are a business, not just somebody who's standing up a popsicle stand or something like that. They want to know that you're an actual business. So and then you want to put some past performances. A gentleman in my last class asked he was unaware, because he's talking about going federal contracting. Even if you have never done any federal contract work, you just have your personal or the civilian side work, that is still considered past performance, because no one is going to give you a $5 million contract if you've never done the job before. Right? Because would you give somebody a $5 million contract and they never did, they just applied for it and they seem to be qualified, but you don't have an experience in it. So no one is going to give you, so always put past performances. If you have a capability statement already and you want me to review it, just send it to me and I'll look over and I'll give you some critics. It might be good, and I'll tell you it's good. I'll give you some pointers on what you need to include in a business resume. Because we always send our capability statements out to our federal agencies to let them know who has a business, who have a small business out there, and maybe they can do some business with them. Financial information, you want to do your 1 year, 2 year. I think they ask for a 5-year cash flow projection, because they want to know the first year that you're in business, what are you planning on doing? How you plan on paying them? Then 2 more years, are you going to find are you going to do federal contracting? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? So how are you going to make money then? Because you're going to get a loan, because you're doing this possibly because of a business plan is called a breathing document. Even though you may not need a loan, you want to always keep it up to date. So if you start off just you, and maybe 6 months down the line, you in a position where you can hire more people, like an office manager, a project manager, depending on what type of business you have, or a writer or something like that. You want to update your business plan, because a business, man, you want to have a seat, you can, or you just don't want to cross over nobody. Okay. or a business plan is a living document. You should always update your business plan with everything new that you add. And one thing that we require on our business plan is a succession person or succession personnel. That means if you're incapacitated or you're in the hospital or you, God forbid, get killed for some reason, someone is still going to be able to run your business because the bank want their money back unless you do an insurance. So in case of something happens to you, that your loan is automatic. I think most loans have an insurance plan to them anyway. Business operations and key personnel. I think I mentioned that. If your business plan, somebody asked me about one person can run a business, that means you have to do everything in the business. But if you get to a point where you can hire more people, make sure you include that in your business plan, because a key thing to your business plan or to a bank, they want to know who are your key personnel operators in your business. Any questions? Get help. You can always contact our office. Our main number is 803-765-5377. We have someone to answer the phone 5 days a week. From our core office hours are from 8 to 4:30. Someone is always there between 8 and 4:30. If you call and you don't get, someone always return message. We have, my phone days on Friday. I answer a lot of days to somebody out of the office, but my regular phone days on Friday. But we have people that answer the phone every day that can assist you. We have a lender relations specialist, which is Frank Anderson, who can talk to you about the loans. But we did all our counseling with the SBDC and SCORE. We have economic development specialist, which is Susan, Martin, and Savannah. They can talk to you about marketing your business. We do classes on marketing, different things like that. And then you have myself and Carl, who are the business opportunity specialists, and we talk to you about federal contracting. Get assistance with accounting and bookkeeping. Young lady right here says she do accounting. I think you said you did accounting too. Y'all got business cards, right? That's what I'm talking about. Because you can do QuickBooks, but once you start making hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, you want somebody else to look over your books also. And never, ever, ever mix your business account with your personal account. A lot of people start off with just one account. If you only got $100 to start your business account, always start your business account. You need an account separate because you don't want to start intermingling money when you start receiving money. You want to keep your two accounts separate because you do when you're doing your taxes. Help me out now. As a Schedule C, you do a Schedule C that's outlining everything you pay for in your business. So that's why you have your business account and you have your personal account. And the city and the county have an SBO, Small Business Opportunity. It's sc.gov. I know Richland County Small Business Office is on Hart Street, where you go pay your taxes for your tag and different things like that. And City of Columbia is right here on Lady Street, on the corner of Lady and Marion Street. So if you just want to work with the city or try to get city certified, they have offices there. SBA provide critical support resources to help small business and create jobs. SBA is based off the 3 C's. We offer capital. We don't have any money. Somebody asked me, SBA don't write checks. We offer backing for it. So if you get turned down for a traditional loan the regular way, you ask about an SBA loan. SBA backs a certain percentage of that loan package. So say for instance you go in there, you need $1 million. SBA might back 80 to 85% of that loan. We require you to have 15 to 20% of either liquid or something you can put up for collateral. Because we want you, because if we gonna give you the whole $1 million or the $100,000, you can just take our money and run. But if we know that you have some skin in the game, that you are willing to put up something that you're willing to lose just in case, then we know. And so with SBA loan, we take some of the risk off a bank. So if a bank deny you, bank knows that at least 80% of that loan they're going to get back because we're going to pay them back. And then the federal government, Uncle Sam is going to always get his money. No questions about it. So that's why when something happens, SBA goes with the loan SBA. We offer contracting. We have a certification process where we offer federal contracting. We have 4 preferential programs: the Hub Zone, 8A, Woman Owned, and the Service Day Veteran Program. So once your business is off the ground and you think you can do federal contracting, that's when you call me, because I'm on the federal contracting side of the house, where we assist you. We get certified to do federal contracting, work with the Fort Jacksons and the Shaw Air Force Base and the Fire Service, different people like that. And we offer counseling. We don't do the counseling per se, because we do this right here. My whole office, we out traveling a lot, doing classes, bringing awareness to what the programs SBA offer. But we do our counseling through the SBDC and SCORE. They have one located with all the major universities around the state. I think they're about to run me out. I think my time is up. Now you're ready to go. Visit your local SBA office or go to sba.gov. Starting and managing, and there are several different topics. SBA website. We have different classes on the SBA website, probably about 15-20 minutes long. You can review about counseling and different things like that. And we also have the numbers to our local resources. This is the SBA website. Any questions? I hope I met your needs. I answered some questions that you have. Like I said, I've given you my phone number. I've given you my email address. Savannah card is out on my on our table. So if you have any further questions that you need to get answered, you can always contact our office. Thank you all for coming, and have a great day.
You're welcome.